We are thrilled to welcome you to the Visa Everywhere Initiative LGBTQ Special Edition, where we showcase the rising stars of LGBTQ fintech startups in North America. These talented entrepreneurs, handpicked from the United States, will compete for a chance to win a total prize pool of $25,000. Our distinguished panel of judges, representing both the startup community and Visa, will have the challenging task of selecting the deserving winners. Leading us through this exciting journey is our esteemed host, Tarek Perkins, Director of Programs at Start Out, a nonprofit organization helping LGBTQ founders thrive.
Hi, everyone. First of all, let me wish each and every one of you a happy Pride Month. My name is Tarek Perkins. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I am going to be your host at this exceptional staging of the 2023 LGBTQ edition Visa Everywhere Initiative. We're so excited to have you tune in today. Visa has selected an impressive cohort of fintech startups, all of which are doing groundbreaking work in North America. These companies are poised to revolutionize the world of payments and solve the challenges of tomorrow. Now, I want to introduce you to our esteemed judges. Edward Gavin, he, him, his, Vice President and Head of North America B2B Commercial Payment Sales, Visa. Jorge Robert, he, him, his, Executive Director at the Par Fund. Scott Thacker, he, him, his, Chief Executive Officer, Ivory Consulting Corporation. Catherine Carl, she, her, hers, Director, Head of Community and Growth, Visa Crypto, Global Innovation. Reagan Long, she, her, hers, Co-founder, CEO, and Business Consultant, Local Brewing Co. Lee Edwards, he, him, his, General Partner at Root Ventures. We're so excited that you were all able to join us today. Now, please allow me to introduce our amazing finalists. Laura Wagner, she, her, hers, of Digits. Nen Zhang, she, her, hers, of My Market. Miles Myers, he, him, his, of Superbia. Ariana Armeli, she, her, hers, of Dorothy. Now help me to give a big virtual round of applause for our judges and finalists. Let me take a moment to explain how the competition will work today. Each of our 4 finalists will have no more than 4 minutes to pitch. Each pitch will be followed by 4 minutes of Q&A from our judges. Startups will be judged on the following criteria: solution and pitch presentation, Visa partnership opportunities, desirability and uniqueness, feasibility of product or solution, and how well the solution uplifts minority communities. Once all our startups have pitched, the judges will deliberate privately and select the winner, who will receive a whopping $20,000 in prize money. For those in the audience today, your votes will decide the audience favorite winner, who will receive $5,000. After all 5 startups have pitched, a QR code to the voting page will pop up on the screen with instructions on how to place your vote. You will have only 2 minutes to cast your vote, so get your smartphones ready to snap that QR code. While our judges are deliberating later in the show, Rachel Net from Mosaic and Fabien Lemaison from Bunny Money will share their experiences as the 2022 LGBTQ Special Edition winners. Now let's get to the pitches. First up, welcome Laura Wagner of Digits, an embedded finance, compliance, and process automation for B2B SaaS platforms and their merchant users.
Hi, everyone. I'm Laura Wagner, Chief Visionary Officer and founder of Digits. We're connecting customers with capital in real time at the point of sale. Meet Eric, gay owner of the Hummingbird Inn. 2 million couples tied the knot last year. Eric's dream has always been to be a top outdoor wedding venue, but the price tag has been a problem. He's gotten lots of quotes to do luxury landscaping. He just thought he'd try one more person. In walks Kara. Kara gives him a similar quote for $50,000, and she can do the job very quickly, so in time for the next season. But she had something that the others didn't have. She had a way for him to apply in seconds to get funding on his social using a bank nearby that wants to loan $50K to him at the payments he can afford. So he goes online to Digits and he puts $50K in. He can afford $500 a month. And in seconds, he's been matched with a curated lender on the back end. The card has been funded, and Kara can accept it with her normal processor. He was so impressed with how this worked, he started using it for the Hummingbird Inn to offer to his wedding clients. And the first ones up were Kara and Gail. True story. So we've been perfecting the acquiring side of this equation for about 5 years. We don't sell credit card processing to a single merchant. We partner with software platforms used by hundreds and thousands of merchants. So a good example is somebody buying a $100 ticket to an event. They might see that they have the ability to buy more. We would be able to do that at the point of sale across 1,000 merchants at one time. So the way we make money, somebody buys a $100 transaction on the acquiring side. We're charging 2.9 and 30 cents, and about $2 is going down to the card issuer and Visa, and $1.20 or so is being split between Digits and the acquirer. So our traction on the acquiring side is we've seen about $1 billion of payments through our platform. We've onboarded 20,000 merchants in real time without any human interaction across 5 different niche of vertical software platforms. We've got great margins, and we spent zero on customer acquisition. The virtual buy now, pay later card issuing industry is a huge opportunity. 110 million users said that they wanted to buy large ticket items using installment loans. 67% of all buy now, pay later users own a credit card. All merchants accept credit cards, but 2/3 of them do not offer buy now, pay later options. So the threat to Visa and acquirers and issuers on the buy now, pay later scene are very big and very real. Buy now, pay later lenders send money directly to merchants, and the cost to a merchant is typically close to 5%, and it bypasses the card networks altogether. Here's where the partnership between Visa and Digits comes in. Card issuing banks know who they're looking for, and they know how many dollars they're willing to lend over what period of time. We're going to curate those loans in real time to the right borrower. So load it up onto a Visa debit card, and that can be accepted at any merchant that takes cards. And the acquirer is going to charge them the same they always would. So Visa, let's partner. Let's get more cards into more hands and make more dreams come true. We're excited about this opportunity. I'm Laura Wagner. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Laura. That was an awesome pitch. Now, over to our judges for the Q&A. Edward, do you have any questions for Laura?
Hi, Laura. Great proposition and pitch. How long has the business been in operation? Great success to date, by the way. And I just wondered how long, over what period of time, have you built the market you have right now?
Yeah, we did our first live transaction in 2017. It was a private beta with one platform, a ticketing platform for events. And we did that for about 18 months. And we started to bring in other types of software platforms, such as rent payment, where the property managers were the merchants, et cetera. So it's been about 5 years, a little more than 5 years.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Catherine, do you have any questions for Laura?
I do. Thank you, Tarek. Laura, agree. Great presentation. I'm curious how you think about competition in your space and who would be most excited about your product, as a follow-up from Edward's answer.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if anybody's crazy enough to do what we've done. We're really originating loans from lenders that already want those borrowers. So we're not loaning money ourselves. We're literally connecting lenders with borrowers in real time. There's not very many companies that I know of. They have their own tech if they're lending themselves, but we're provider agnostic and also processor agnostic. So we're sort of like a gateway in the middle.
Thank you.
Awesome. Jorge, do you have any questions for Laura?
Hey, Laura, loved your experience. Thank you for presenting. If it's a buy now, pay later, is there a loan loss on these transactions on occasion?
No, this is a, whatever product it is, could be a bank issuing a normal card with certain parameters, could be a long-term loan. It's really lender agnostic, product agnostic, and not all will be installment plans. I mean, we're going to use the Visa installment API, and it's clear that consumers and borrowers want installment plans, but that's more of a function of the lender and what they're willing to do.
Great question, Jorge. Scott, how about you? Do you have any questions for Laura?
Yes, I do. Laura, following on from what you just said, does the person who ultimately receives the cash, are they given an option of what type of financial product they could take? For example, a credit card or installment loan, and then who sets the interest rate and who does all of the consumer disclosure law compliance?
Well, it works on the surface similar to what you see in buy now, pay later when they're issuing a virtual debit card to be used anywhere. So you're essentially presented with 2 or 3 payment options, 12, 24, 36 months, what the payments would be, and you're clicking to agree to terms. Those terms are not our terms, it's the terms of the lender. So it's very quick. It's basically, if somebody wants to open the terms and read them, they can, but that's the experience.
Thank you. Reagan, do you have any questions for Laura?
Sure. Great presentation, Laura. Just a quick question, like how do your merchants initially find digits as a possible product to be using?
We get all of our merchants through software platforms. So we've perfected what we call instant mid, which is turning up a merchant ID inside of a third-party software platform. So that is what we've been doing for 5 years on the acquiring side. On this side, on the issuing side, the merchant does not need to have us be on the acquiring side. This product is actually can be used to pay for anything, anywhere Visa is accepted. So
awesome. Thank you, judges, and thank you, Laura, for those amazing answers. Next up, we have Nan Zhang of MyMarket, a fintech blockchain using payments to power automation, traceability, and commerce.
Hi, my name is Nan, and I'm the founder of MyMarket, the world's first blockchain that's created and connected by payments. Meet Sue. Sue oversees a large enterprise company that sells various basic teas. But before she can sell a single tea, she has to complete many steps, starting with a barcode. A barcode system is very outdated since it hasn't been improved in decades. This is a big problem across all commerce. In order to track and fulfill which tea she sold out of 3 million inventory, Sue has to oversee a top-down distribution of logistics that involves endless details. All of these channels have multiple processes that don't connect to each other, everything from logistical systems to shipping, returns, etc. This means extremely high overhead and lower margins. Well, what if we could make all of that better? Our tech allows for one simple solution that universally connects everything, and that solution is the payment. By connecting a unique product to our blockchain to payments, we can automate and trace every step. Now payments can do more for business than ever before. Well, how exactly can payments do all of that? As you can see in the demo, the handbag has absolutely nothing on it. No sticker, no barcode, but it can scan and show a unique ID that is our proprietary blockchain tech. The moment this product is purchased, that unique ID is now tied to the original transaction and all order info. So if Sue picked up a t-shirt in her store right now, she can't tell what it is, if it's a return, if it got left behind. All she can do is scan a barcode and see that it's a t-shirt. But with our tech, she can scan the shirt and now see that exactly 3 hours and 21 minutes ago, Customer X made a return and the order is at this next step of the process. So for the first time ever, blockchain powered by payments can do all of this and more. Our blockchain tech tracks every exact product from the moment of purchase, so every step is automated and traced end to end. Our blockchain also connects existing backend systems and across payments for supply chain down to last mile customer. This allows for precise and automated methods of authentication, traceability, and fulfillment like never before. The use cases for this goes beyond the benefits of just automated fulfillment. Working with Visa, we can actually help to make enterprise companies as well as small merchants, all the way from Sue down to your everyday seller, be able to do much more with their payments. They can do return fraud, instant checkouts, supply chain tracking, and more. For autonomous checkout, our tech actually works with AI to make it better and cheaper, so you can just pick up an item and go check out. For return fraud detection, the original exact product purchase is now linked to the transaction through our blockchain. So it actually prevents fraudulent returns where a broken item could be switched out with a bait and switch. Our business model is simple and robust. We offer out-of-box white label SaaS solutions for every business need on blockchain. We also have fintech fees for payment processing, platform accounts, per user and service fees, data mining for partners to monetize off product data, and so much more fintech options. All of these are white label, so it's very enterprise friendly for our partners. Why my market? We have assembled some of the industry's leading experts on blockchain, fintech, authentication, and traceability with R&D for the last 10 years. We started with our beta blockchain marketplace, and we grew it significantly over time for our B2B partners with over 16 plus partners across industries, with total GMV processing to be north of 50 million plus and year-end revenue of over 5 million. All of our B2B partners are at the large enterprise level, with some as actual leaders in their markets. Our partners are ecstatic to use this tech. It actually helps them improve their own margins up to 80% gross. So working together with Visa, we can actually do more for shopping than ever before. Now payments can do a number of solutions. We can connect and offer our SaaS solutions by simple API. We can also offer a white label Visa card that's connected to the blockchain. These offerings actually help merchants to do more for their business in improving margins and growing faster. Across so many TAMs, as you can see here in various industries, we can actually help to make Visa payments the most essential and preferred payment option for merchants and customers alike. Thank you so much, Visa. We are excited for a new way to shop.
Thank you, Nan. That was a brilliant pitch. Now, back over to our judges for the Q&A. First up, Catherine, do you have any questions for Nan?
I do. Thank you, Tariq. Nan, it was a very exciting presentation. Can you paint us a picture of what success looks like, especially in light of the decision of having a proprietary blockchain and what the end user ultimately gets and why it's a good solution?
Yeah, thank you so much. Great question. For us, we have just seen that firsthand in all of our client feedback down to their customer feedback. For the clients, it's automated and saved them so much overhead in terms of operation and workflow, increased their margins, got them to profitability faster at scale. For their vendors, it's been nothing but a continuous network downward stream of positive feedback. Everyone's happy. Their vendors can do instant refunds. Everything can be cross-checked. In terms of the payment processing, it has been able to help them to not just use payments for payment volumes and different things like that, but to also be able to see everything tied to the payment, tied to the product, tied to the order instantly. So we've seen all around top down, just a unanimous, esteemed feedback of success stories where they're very happy with the product. And for us overall, I think it's just penetrating into different markets is going to be our end success story where we can help all types of different companies be able to use this technology to make their businesses better.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Lee, any questions for Nan?
Yeah, so a question about how the product and tech works. How do you ensure the data on the blockchain record is accurate? Can it ever become disconnected from the physical product? Not on the, sort of the accuracy of the data in the blockchain, but in the sort of connection between the two in the way that kind of conventional, barcodes might get mixed up in a facility.
Yeah, great question. And this really comes down to the heart of our IP. We are very proud to say that we've looked top, right, left, down, working with some of our enterprise partners. They've seen it all in this space, every type of digital identifier and chip. Nothing out there quite works because it's not like our technology. So we perfected on our sensor side. As you guys saw, there's no chip or sticker or barcode. That is proprietary. We kind of borrowed that science from medicine a little bit. And then in terms of the blockchain, that is really kind of our pride and joy. The blockchain mines from payments, also from existing workflows in the back end of their own operational processes. So in that regard, there is no entry for human input.
Awesome, thank you.
Excellent. Edward, any questions for Nan?
Yes, thank you, Nan. That was a very, very great presentation. So question I have, I'm thinking through what is the implementation/integration lift like for the enterprise partners or for the, the small businesses or medium businesses to deploy the technology? Any perspectives on that?
Yeah, fantastic question. I think that's been one of our best assets, actually. We built a full blockchain at scale, and the easiest way to add it in is just one API. One API does all the work. One API opens the gates in terms of all the other products that come out of box, or a la carte per what the partner wants. What we found actually, all of their headaches, especially at the highest enterprise level, is that they can't go on chain with a lot of the other offerings out there. There's a very heavy lift in terms of backend tech integration. They will have to basically redo their entire backend themselves and build it on a different chain. It kind of locks them into these other chains where they don't have their IP. It's a whole gamut of problems that we actually saw that they have. So our ethos is to build the product for the clients that we have. We don't build a product and we force them to use it. We want to build the best that serves their needs. And so we found that with our modular different processes that we have, we built the tech in ground up, all our own. It's not on a different protocol or different chain. Everything from the tech infrastructure and the code stack they can use, and different parts of it they can take apart and use what they need. But the simple lift is the API. It's as fast as onboarding goes live in about a couple hours. We're really proud of that. And then in terms of the full training onboarding sessions, we've seen anywhere from an afternoon to a couple of days. So we actually get even our enterprise partners up and running very quickly. Yeah, it's very seamless.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nan, and thank you to all of our judges. Next up, welcome Miles Myers of Superbia, where financial services are free of LGBTQ intolerance and discrimination.
Hi, I'm Miles Myers, and I'm the CEO and founder of Superbia, the first ever LGBTQ social enterprise fintech. We're here to accelerate LGBTQ economic and social equality. Discrimination and intolerance in financial services is very widespread. For 20 million Americans who are experiencing this almost every day, half of them have experienced it. We have $1 trillion in economic power, yet we're treated like a niche market most of the time. This intolerance excludes us from having access to banking, from insurance, from money management, from all kinds of services that help us secure our lives. And it leaves these gaps in place. And these gaps are filled with billions of dollars worth of consumer activity that could help fund change for the LGBTQ community. And that's what Superbia does. Superbia unlocks those dollars and meets those needs that are in those gaps for the community. We're a unique organization that utilizes the power of the community, our voice, our social intent, and our economic clout to overcome the exclusion. We eradicate the intolerance. We provide the equal access to all kinds of services and financial services. We use that unlocking of the $1 billion of consumer spending to help fund social change and equality. And we do that through our foundation. And we do that by creating members who are able to purchase the financial services in our organization. So here we have Ari, who's come along, and he's going to our website and joining Superbia. He's filling out his preferred information. This is where we ask about you and we get to know you. And we ask you to take a pledge that talks about the affirmation of yourself and of other community members and those around you. We want this organization to be an uplifting organization, not just a financial institution. And so now we have Ari as a member, and we have his pronouns, and we understand more about Ari. And we also know that Ari is one of thousands who have decided to fill out the survey. that we present. And this survey gets information from yourself into Superbia, so we understand you and your needs better, what you're looking to purchase, because we have thousands of people who are ready to purchase financial services products. We're ready to release those. It gives us unique and key data points about Ari and about all of our other members and what they're looking for. It also tells us how bad the situation is out there for our community members. With 86% of our community members that have filled out the survey saying that they've experienced discrimination or intolerance. So right now we have thousands of Superbia members that are waiting for our first product, and we believe a virtual Visa prepaid card is that first product. It will help many of our community members who deal in alternate means of income through cash, and it allows them to transact online and in the virtual world. We have a whole roadmap of products and services that we're looking to bring to our community through Superbia, through all the verticals that each and every one of us need to secure our lives. And with with that roadmap of products and with our brand growing, we know that our membership is going to grow to be a significant component and a significant organization within financial services. And this is where we see Visa as a partner, helping us to power the choice of freedom that the community members need, as Superbia offers 20 million Americans the opportunity to access financial services for equality.
Awesome job, Miles. Now let's go over to our judges for the Q&A. First up, Jorge, do you have any questions for Miles?
Hey, Miles, great presentation. I wanted to ask you, when do you expect to launch? When is your first product launching?
And this is what we're at the precipice of doing right now, is working to bring a first product to our members. That is effectively about a 90-day plan.
Thank you. Edward, do you have any questions for Miles?
Yes, Miles, great pitch. Thank you. A couple of questions, and I guess they run into each other. Number one, I'd love to get a perspective on where you created your figures from, right? On where you did your research to develop the propositions you have. And then secondly, I guess, have you thought about the use case you spoke about was primarily consumers? Have you talked about small businesses as being a market segment for opportunity as well? Or did you see any opportunity there as part of your research? Thank you.
Well, when we look at the studies that are done in financial services, they're done in different verticals in banking and insurance and in money market. For instance, we know that there are 20% less owned products in the community than in the general population in insurances. We know that a survey done by LOMA, which is an institution for the life insurance industry that does research and marketing, 43% of LGBTQ were looking to purchase life insurance in 2022. COVID was a big wake-up call for our community in securing our financial lives. And so there is a huge need. We've got decades of intolerance and discrimination that have locked us out of access. And looking at, for instance, I think it was Mass Mutual that did a study on the reputation and the relationship that exists between financial services and the community. And this is where 60% of the community don't feel that traditional providers are there for them, that they don't want to help people like them. So we have a community that doesn't approach financial services and financial services that don't approach the community. In 2015 and 2016, Supreme Court passed equal marriage and adoption, and an entire new market of insurable interest, financial interest was born as millions of people ran out and got married and adopted. And the response from the financial industry was effectively mute. So this is where there is absolutely underserved community. And this is what Superbia is there to do.
Thank you both. Scott, do you have any questions for Miles?
Yes, Miles, thanks for an interesting presentation. As you probably know, there's a significant number of laws that address data privacy and confidential information when it comes to financial services. So a concern that I have is when you're mixing the social and the financial together, you could potentially violate a number of those laws if you're not quite careful. What have you done to ensure that you will not violate any of those laws?
So we have a system architecture plan in place. And so as we build out our services and we're adding, to the social and to the financial, and those transactions are being added effectively into the members' portfolio to be viewed. This is where the compliance around all of the technology and all of the ability to either share a data transaction or not is kept.
And we are at time for the Q&A. Thank you so much to our judges, and well done, Miles. And now I'm very excited to introduce you to Ariana Armelli of Dorothy, a benefits network that streamlines recovery services and payments for property owners.
Hi everyone, I'm Ariana Armelli, founder and CEO at Dorothy, and we're focused on streamlining recovery payments and services for homeowners across the United States. It's no secret that severe storms are a massive issue for homeowners, typically with the most vulnerable populations affected the hardest. It's actually been reported that around 70% of Americans couldn't afford a $1,000 emergency expense. And of the 143 million housing units in the US, 14 million of them are affected by weather damage each year. As a result, we're seeing record spending on home improvement and repair. This spending is also partially fueled by insured losses, which have recently exceeded $100 billion each year. And with nearly all payments to homeowners made by ACH transfer or a paper check, we see this as a massive opportunity for digitalization and consolidation of money movement for disaster spending. That's where Dorothy comes in. We're building a push-to-card insurance claim advancement that offers homeowners immediate access to cash from their filed insurance claim. This money would allow homeowners to hire contractors faster, start repairs in a matter of days, and avoid having to pay out-of-pocket expenses with an unaffordable gap loan or a high-interest credit card. Let's talk about Dorothy from the viewpoint of a homeowner. This is Sophia. Sophia has owned her family home for more than 40 years. Last year, Hurricane Ian tore through her neighborhood in Florida, flooding her entire basement and her first floor. Sophia had insurance and filed a claim immediately, but it took about 4 months for her carrier to pay up, mainly because she went through this long back and forth with her insurer about what was covered and what wasn't. During those 4 months, Sophia wasn't able to pay for a contractor, she wasn't able to start repairs, and she lived off high-interest credit cards for all of her expenses, putting her into debt that she still isn't sure she's able to climb out of. Now imagine a world where Sophia can start her recovery in a matter of days, not months. That's what we're building at Dorothy. It's a comprehensive benefit network for homeowners to access streamlined cash, streamlined services, and tangible rewards for all their property spending. The way it works is simple. Once a homeowner creates an account, they can connect with a licensed public adjuster to review their policy and file their claim. Then Dorothy will approve a cash advance and issue it directly to the homeowner's digital wallet so they can start spending and start earning rewards immediately. Given how aligned both our missions are, working with Visa would enhance Dorothy's ability to streamline payments, uplifting everyone to recover from storms faster. Visa Direct would accelerate our ability to provide real-time push payments of our claim advances directly to a Dorothy debit card, eliminating the wait time for an ACH transfer or a paper check to clear. Visa Consumer Offers API would allow Dorothy to expand our benefits and keep repair spending within Visa's merchant network, which is a win-win for both of us. We've been operating in private beta and have already seen a tremendous amount of traction. We've been able to build a growing wait list of about 5,000 homeowners. We've secured 6 partnerships for debit card issuance and bank sponsorship. We've signed on over 250 merchants, including some of the biggest brand names for home supplies. And we've also attracted national partnerships with adjusters and contractors that will bring us booked claim origination of about $30 million. Dorothy isn't just an opportunity to tap into a massive spending market. It's also an opportunity to solve a crucial pain point for some of our most vulnerable communities. I thank you for your time, and I hope you'll join us on our journey building the future of disaster preparation and recovery.
Great work. Now over to our judges for some Q&A. Scott, do you have any questions for Ariana?
Ariana, great presentation. And it seems like you're moving in the direction that the world's moving in.
Unfortunately, but maybe.
I'm curious what reaction you've received from the insurance companies about advancing this money so early in the process. Especially here in California now, we've witnessed two significant insurance companies pull back from any new housing liability policies.
Yeah, I think so. From our perspective, we're certainly tracking how the insurance world is reacting to this sort of thing. It's not uncommon for insurers to issue advancement checks. The issue that homeowners face is that they write these checks through the adjusters that they're sending out to your property, which will typically get there, in these large storms about a week later, maybe 2 weeks, depending on the severity of the storm. And then your issue as the homeowner, once you get this check, is I now have to cash it. I have to wait for it to clear. That could sometimes take a couple of days. So advancement checks from larger carriers are not uncommon. They do exist and they are currently written. Us getting involved in the public adjustment process is a little bit of a headache for them. They don't appreciate it. And it's not something that I think long-term will be ideal for a partnership with a carrier, but we are on the side of the homeowner, and that's the position that we're taking. And adjusters that are working on the side of the homeowner is who we want to partner with.
Makes a lot of sense. Thanks a lot.
Thank you both. Reagan, do you have any questions for Ariana?
Yeah, I do. I actually was going to ask about the public adjuster step in this. I recently went through a situation and I didn't even know initially that I had to go through a public adjuster. So is that step a requirement of your product? Can consumers go directly to insurance? Yeah, just a little bit more about that whole step.
Sure. So it's not a requirement, but what we want to do for public adjusters is we want to make it more of an awareness for homeowners.
Fantastic. Now, Lee, do you have any questions for Ariana?
Yes. So you mentioned a 96% reduction in CAC. What do you attribute that to?
Great. I love this question because it's something I don't talk about often up front, but we spent about our first year really understanding how to utilize weather data and property data and climate analysis data. And we've been building what we're essentially calling our customer acquisition tool, where we sort of monitor weather events and severe storms in real time. And we utilize this data to understand where communities are that have the highest risk of potential damage, as well as communities that are actively going through the highest types of potential damage. And we essentially look at, all right, which types of properties have the highest probability of experiencing damage based on how they're built. And we utilize that data to attract our partnerships with adjusters and contractors who are essentially looking to offer their services. So we've been able to utilize that data to acquire our customers for about 96% less across 4 industries: legal, financial services, contracting, and then also just merchants selling products for home repair.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Excellent. Jorge, questions for Ariana?
Ariana, hi, thank you. Can you walk us through, is it a referral model? How is Dorothy making money?
Sure. So right now we're in private beta, primarily on our data side, our data platform. So we're working directly with large entities like public adjusters and contractors that are typically looking for potential claimants to represent. So that's how we're currently making money, and we will continue to work with those large entities to then bring us our claims origination. And then we will make money through the card issuance, essentially from marketing revenue share with our merchants for any products that they're promoting through our platform, as well as interchange and some other minor fees. But it is our intention not to create a type of loan product that would put an onerous interest rate onto homeowners, because that's typically what's available for them right now if they have to take out a short-term gap loan. So we're looking to make money elsewhere so that, you know, it's still fair for you.
Okay, that brings us to the end of our Q&A. I would like to thank all of our judges for those amazing questions. And I would love to say congratulations to our founders thus far in the competition. Thank you, startups, for those great pitches. Now, audience members, check the link on your screen to vote for your favorite startup. The startup with the most votes will win $5,000 in prize money. You have 2 minutes to vote. Remember to come back, as we're about to share the stories of our past LGBTQ+ special edition winners. Voting is now complete, and we aren't far away from learning who the winners are. But before that, let's hear and learn from some of our past Visa Everywhere Initiative LGBTQ+ Special Edition winners, Rachel Knepp and Fabien Lemaison.
My name is Rachel Knepp. My company is Mosaic. We're designed for creators to split income with all of their collaborators anywhere in the world, on any project, and have like everything in one place. I think that women bring just such a unique and different perspective from male-dominated fields that we need more women in this space, I'll say that. And we need more women to look up to as examples, and to have as mentors, and to look at female executives in the space and say, I can do that. It's kind of really, everything has been super powerful working with Visa. The whole team has been amazing. And also I would say that just the products are really key to our overall strategy. The Visa Direct allows us to give instant payouts to our customers. Visa card issuance product really will allow us to give creatives really kind of that purchasing power. I think almost every entrepreneur or founding member of a startup company has had those moments where you're just like, okay, this is enough. I've had enough when I've been at that point to where I just say I can't stop this, is that talking to my customers, and they just light up. I've never seen anything like it before in my life, that I would never want to let them down or let the vision down.
Hi, I'm Fabien, the founder of Bunny Money, which is an app to make savings and donations. We help people set aside some money to make some impact and support the causes they care about. Being part of the Visa Everywhere initiative was quite an experience. You know, really from the start to the end, it was really an amazing experience. And then also, like, of course, like winning the audience favorite for Bunny Money was just amazing, like emotions. Growing up, being really like into like tech and like digital stuff, at some point I was like, oh, cash is gonna disappear. And there is probably an opportunity of like thinking differently about money and using it for good and make donations. You may wonder like why doing a fintech startup? It's not the easiest startup that you will want to start. For me, it was really around like, you know, always somehow like love finance and wanted to do some good with it. In my own story, I'm, you know, French American. And so I'm an immigrant, I'm part of that community. I'm also a gay person and part of the gay community. I believe those communities like overlay a little bit and build up your own identities with, you know, what you like and who you are. One of the perks of being part of the Visa Everywhere initiative was also to discover like all the range of products of Visa. You can actually also like think big, but like there is another like scale to it because of the size and of Visa and its partners that is opening more like doors and IDs.
Wow, everyone, that was Rachel Knepp and Fabien Lamaison. We love hearing from our past Visa Everywhere initiative winners. There is no doubt that both of you have successful futures ahead of you. Now, welcome back our 4 amazing finalists and Edward Galvin, Vice President and Head of North America B2B Commercial Payment Sales at Visa, to announce today's winners. Edward.
Thank you, Tarek.
Over to you.
Thank you. And what a great competition. You know, I've been involved with the Visa Everywhere Special Edition since its outset, and the caliber of applicant gets higher every year. So all 4 finalists, you should be incredibly proud of getting to this point. Thank you for all the hard work. I'm happy to announce that the startup with the most votes for our audience award goes to Nan from My Market.
Hey.
Congratulations, Nan.
Thank you, thank you.
Well done. How do you feel?
Excited. I was not expecting that at all. Yeah, thank you to Visa. Thank you guys to also all the other finalists, everybody. It was just really great to participate. Definitely a surprise. So very excited to win. Yeah.
Congratulations, Nan. I have to say, you were also my favorite. Do you have any immediate plans for the prize money?
Yes, we are actually launching so many of our partnerships right now. So a lot of this is going to be used towards gearing up for all of our live partners and scaling and growing, which we are heavy into right now. So very excited and just very, very grateful, and also for working with Visa into the near future.
Thank you, Nan, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Now, what we've all been waiting for, the overall winner announcement. This startup will receive $20,000 in prize money. Edward, back over to you.
Thank you, Tarek. Before I announce, I also want to thank our judges. Thank you for your time and energy in the decision-making process today. It certainly wasn't easy, so thank you. And finally, a final thank you to all our finalists. You did a terrific, terrific job. but there can only be one winner. And after careful consideration, the judges have decided that the 2023 LGBTQ plus Special Visa Everywhere Edition Initiative winner is Ariana Armelli from Dorothy.
Oh, oh, that's great. Oh, wow. My team is really going to be happy about that.
Congratulations. It was a wonderful pitch. It was a great product proposition, great intersection with payments, and very, very well done. We can see there was a lot of time and energy went into building your product to where it is today, but then also plan for the future. So thank you. Well done.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Wow, this is great. I'm a little overwhelmed.
That's okay.
Congratulations. I have one burning question, Ariana, that's been on my mind. I'm curious. What was the inspiration behind the name of your business, Dorothy? Could you just share a little bit about that story with us, the story behind the name?
Sure. The original name when I first founded the company was called At Risk, and it was such a terrible name, and it tested so poorly with all of my friends. They thought, like, no one is going to visit that website. And then, I don't know, I had this moment at 2 a.m. one night. I was like, well, we're working with homes and disasters, and the Dorothy was on the television. I'm like, I'm going to name the company Dorothy and let's see how that flies. And everyone has loved it so far, and it's doing really well for our branding. So
that is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Once again, a big congratulations to you, Ariana, and the team from Dorothy. That was an amazing competition. Thank you, folks. Congratulations again to Dorothy. Let's give a big thank you to our judges and finalists. And a huge congratulations to our winners. Finally, thank you to our fantastic audience for being a part of the 2023 LGBTQ plus Special Edition Visa Everywhere initiative. To all the fintech startups watching us today, we invite you to apply to the Visa Everywhere initiative global competition. To learn more about it, visit visa.com/everywhere initiative. I'm your host, Tarek Perkins, and I want to wish everyone a happy Pride.